Hello everyone, welcome in. My name is Brianna and this is going to be a general collective message. I hope you guys are doing all right. So what I'm going to do here is just check in on the collective's energy, see what energies are moving towards the collective and how those energies may be helping or hindering the collective. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with this deck here. Spirit, please show me the collective's current energy. What's the collective's current energy? Collective's current energy. Oh, we've got suppression coming out in the reverse. That's good. Suppression is the 10 of Wands. So it's like you're done carrying the weight, you're done doing the work, you're done doing the heavy lifting. Suppression in the reverse. I was thinking, as I was shuffling the cards, I was thinking like, I hope we get some positive energy, because the last few readings or astrology reports, moon messages, cosmic energy reports, they were very like shadow work heavy. So I was hoping like, let's get something positive, and this feels positive. It feels like if suppression in the upright is feeling crushed by the weight of the world, maybe feeling tied to an energy, an experience that doesn't feel good, it's uncomfortable. This is like the 10 of Wands, right? So it's a lot of fire, a lot of heat, a lot of friction. The 10 of Wands in the reverse is just like releasing all of that. Esoterically, the 10 of Wands talks about the change of seasons. It's like this work has to be done before the next step is available, or we have to go through winter to get to spring, right? So this is work that I want to say it had to be done, right? We had to move through this energy, but with this energy in the reverse, it looks like we're releasing the weight. And we've got healing at the bottom of the deck. Maybe this was some work of internal healing. Healing isn't always like butterflies and rainbows, right? It's rarely ever butterflies and rainbows. In order to heal, like beyond a superficial level, right? In order to heal deeply or to see like deep transformation, you have to go within those parts of yourself. You have to go within this energy, right? Into the darkness, into the cave, right? And it's usually uncomfortable. I'm remembering that in the last moon message, like towards the end of the moon message, there was a message about like coming up out of the shadows, coming up out of like Pluto retrograde energy, right? Pluto just recently stationed direct, so it's like leaving the shadows and stepping into the light. So it's like the end of a very intense period of shadow work. What energy is moving towards the collective? Maturity. Maturity talks about growing and blossoming from the inside out. Maturity is also talking to me about graduation, finally completing a lesson. It's like ascension, maturing, integrating wisdom. Okay, what energy is moving towards the collective? Let's just do that one over. We've got source and compromise. Compromise is the 6 of Pentacles. So this feels like traditionally the Six of Pentacles talks about putting things in the right place. Deciding where you give your energy and what you take your energy away from. Compromise. Source and compromise is giving like maybe consciously deciding to pull your source, right, your life force energy away from one thing and direct it towards something else. Maybe you've decided to like move away from stress, or maybe you've outgrown a stressful environment. The energy coming towards the collective is source energy and compromise. What else am I getting with this? I'm getting like the return of life force energy. The Six of Pentacles also talks about, let me see if I can find it. There it is. This card also talks about like receiving a karmic adjustment, right? A karmic adjustment from the divine. So if you were in like this Five of Pentacles energy, maybe lack, not having enough, could be like finances or energy, right? Feeling like you don't have enough energy to take care of yourself, to survive, to make it through, then this figure looks like the magician because he's wearing the magician's clothes, but it could be the divine, it could be someone outside of you, balancing the scales, giving you something, maybe like an Ace of Pentacles, an opportunity that balances the scales, that triggers or activates some sort of karmic justice for you. So if this isn't anyone outside of you, this figure, then it's you deciding where to give your energy. Like, if you want to take it away from this experience and give to another experience, then do that. Maybe that's going to cause some sort of karmic justice in your life. But I feel like this is like the return of life force energy. Look at this postponement. She's like all drained of her life force energy. So there may have been like this stressful environment, a stressful experience draining your life force energy. And maybe you've decided to reverse this 10 of Wands. I'm not going to carry this weight. This weight doesn't even belong to me, right? I'm not going to participate in this. In fact, I'm just going to take my energy and direct it somewhere else, because if you, we've also got letting go here. This is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is Saturn and Pisces. It's like knowing when to walk away from these types of experiences, right? Experiences that suppress you, that drain you, drain your life force. Why is this energy moving towards the collective? Abundance came out in the reverse. Abundance came out in the reverse, and then conditioning. Okay. So the energy moving towards the collective is source and compromise. The reason it's moving towards the collective is because their abundance is in the reverse. Due to conditioning. Conditioning talks about being aligned a lion that's been conditioned to believe that it's a sheep, right? I'm getting like sacrificial lamb here. Sacrificial lamb. Maybe sacrificing yourself. The lion is the sun. The sun is the source, right? Sacrificing yourself, your energy, your abundance for what? So maybe there's a choice. Maybe there's a choice to be made here with this compromise energy. This or that. It's like this or that. What are you going to choose? This energy, this choice of where to direct your life force energy, it's coming in to help you get your abundance in the upright. And abundance, again, is giving like life force energy. Abundance is the resources that we incarnate with, right? This is our inheritance, right? It's the energy that we have to use and manifest, create in the game, in the simulation, right? But if it's in the reverse, because maybe you've been conditioned to give, conditioned to believe that you're a sheep when you're a lion. They've been doing construction around here, guys. Okay, so the collective's abundance is in the reverse. Maybe you're coming up out of this energy, right? Maybe you're in the process of reversing this Ten of Wands. Let's see. What's the advice? What's the advice for the collective? Conditioning. You're not a sheep. You're not a sheep. You're not a sheep, you're a lion. This could be like, the advice could be to stop sacrificing yourself. What am I? Self-sacrifice. Giving too much. Over-giving. I feel like Spirit wants you to be intentional about the flow of your source, your life force energy. Someone or something may be draining you. Conditioning is also giving like early conditioning. So this could be like a habit, a trait that you picked up from childhood, right? This lion is all bound up. It's all bound up, cloaked in an energy that doesn't belong to him, right? The Nine of Cups talks about emotional maturity. We saw maturity, and that was like physical, more physical, right? This maturity is emotional. So it's like after the Eight of Cups, after deciding to walk away from an experience, then you ascend, right? You ascend into this emotional maturity, emotional clarity. It's like purification after being siphoned, harvested, right? Emotional purity. And the purity of your emotional energy attracts other energies that are aligned with this frequency, right? We've got guidance, and then we've got maturity again. The guidance card here, this guidance angel, guardian angel, is dragging or leading you into this maturity. You might be looking back at the Eight of Cups like, well, what about that? But Spirit's like, no, let's go this way, right? Into this Nine of Cups. There's a wish fulfillment here. Maturity, this maturity is giving ripeness, right? Like, now you're ready. Now you're ready. Once you purify these emotions, this emotional energy, Spirit is guiding you towards this. But once you purify your emotional waters, it's like ripeness. Now you're ready for whatever it is the divine has for you. But I feel like first you have to realize that you're not a sheep. Or maybe just take off this sheep's clothing. Take it off. Maybe there's like illusion, confusion, manipulation around your energy, around you. Bear, grab your food, it's right here. Oh. What else can we know about this? Tell me about suppression in the reverse. We've got tantrum, intimidation tactics, but this is giving like aggression, being, oh yeah, this energy came out in the moon message as well. It's like being crushed by other people's anger and like harsh energy. Can even be like emotional manipulation or like harmful. These tactics are like covert, right? They're not immediately obvious, but they affect you. Crutch. I feel like this might be family, like a group of people who rely on you. They rely on this source of energy. They rely on your abundance. I feel like your abundance, what you can attract, manifest, and align with, it's diminished. It's diminished because it's being siphoned, or maybe it was being siphoned, right, in the past. But I feel like this Nine of Cups tells me that once you come out of this conditioning, right, this manipulation, this illusion, then the fullness of your energy, your life force energy, is going to return to you. And when it returns to you, you get to decide where to direct it. And it's going to be like, I'm getting like, what you direct it at, it's going to land, it's going to stick, it's going to be more powerful, right? More potent, because it's not being siphoned, drained, or diminished. Tell me about the source. We've got two cards out, guarded and echo. Guarded is like maybe there's a barrier, a shield around your energy, or maybe, oh, okay. What I'm actually getting here is that because there's this cloak, right? This cloak of illusion around your energy, around your abundance. This is your wealth, right? It could be material wealth, but I'm getting more like energetic wealth. And your energetic wealth is what attracts your material abundance, right? So your spiritual, energetic wealth, your source energy, there's a cloak around it. It's guarded. But because this cloak is around it, I feel like your contracts, maybe they've had a hard time finding you in the past, right? Your spiritual contracts, it's like the reward, the wish fulfillment that your soul signed up for, right? It's like, okay, after you do this, then you get this, right? After this is complete, then you have access to this. So whatever this is, we want to go ahead and close this out, right? We want to close it out because something wants to come around to you with this echo energy here. Maybe you missed an opportunity to align with this in the past because your energy was cloaked. You missed an opportunity to align with this. But it's going to keep coming back around for you. It'll keep coming back around on repeat because it's one of your soul's contracts, right? You're contracted to have this, whatever it is, so it's going to keep coming back around. Like, all right, you ready? Are you ready now? Messenger, yeah. And then we have union coming together. It could be a union, but it could be anything, right? Something that wants to come together with you, right? Something that wants to blend with you. Okay, tell me about abundance. Tell me about compromise, actually. Let's see compromise. Whoa. We've got distraction out here in the reverse, attention thief. So it's like whatever's trying to steal your attention is your energy, right? Where attention goes, energy flows. So whatever's trying to steal your attention, your energy, your focus, your life force, in the reverse. Then we've got fear in the reverse as well. Disenchanted. Breaking an illusion. What is this fear? Fear is in the reverse. Attention thief is in the reverse. So maybe you're not afraid anymore. If you were afraid, maybe afraid to stand up to this. Maybe it feels like standing up to a bully, right? Someone who's bullied you into believing that you're a sheep when you're a lion, right? So it feels like standing up to a bully. We're going to have to make this one short because the chaos agents are awakening. Okay, tell me about abundance. Projection. Energy manipulation. Mental magic. It says sudden and unexplainable changes in your mood, such as going from feeling optimistic and motivated to feeling sad and hopeless, may be a sign of a projection. Cleanse and shield your electromagnetic field. So this abundance is in the reverse due to this conditioning, right? This energy manipulation, manipulating the energy around your auric field. And that, yeah, it influences the signal that you send out to the universe, right? And that signal is what your contracts interact with. So I'm not sure who's been doing this. I feel like it's someone in your family, someone close to you, because our most significant karmic contracts are usually within our family, people who have that close, intimate access to us, right? I feel like whoever's been doing this to you, maybe not consciously, intentionally, but even that's a contract, right? So they're playing their part, they're doing their job, and subconsciously, spiritually, they've been manipulating your energy, diminishing your abundance so that they can siphon or drain, distraction, attention thief, get you to misdirect your energy towards them. And they just like, it's like they, I'm getting like, not vultures, but like hyenas, they just eat the scraps. Because mask, hidden identity. This is your hidden identity, right? Your true identity is hidden. Maybe it was hidden, right? Now you're becoming more aware because we have suppression in the reverse. Now you're becoming more aware of this manipulation. Okay, tell me about conditioning. Movement. Okay, so we're moving out of this. We're moving out of this illusion, right? That's good. Forward momentum. It says your unrelenting dedication to your vision is paving the way forward. If you have been at a standstill, the path is now clear for you to take the next steps. Advance, persevere, take action, continued effort. So I feel like you're moving out of this energy. I feel like now that Pluto's stationed direct, when Pluto was in retrograde, it sent us on like this deep journey of introspection and self-reflection, right? And we were meeting ourselves in the depths of our subconscious, right? When Pluto was retrograde. Now that Pluto's moving direct, we're coming up out of the underworld, right? The subconscious into the light, and we have all of this wisdom about who's been harvesting, who's been controlling, right? And we know too much, we've seen too much. So the illusion, it can't hold anymore. Not unless you just pretend like you don't know what you know, or you didn't see what you saw, right? So the illusion can't hold anymore. And so now you're moving out of it, you're moving away from it. This distortion, this confusion, clouded judgment. And I feel like you're coming into some sort of union with peace after dis-ease. Coming into union with peace after dis-ease, discomfort. This could be union with someone else, or it could be just union with yourself, right? Union with harmony. Let me grab a closing message and then we'll get out of here. What's the overall energy, Spirit? What's the overall energy? Strength. And there's that lion, right? Now there are two lions. This is giving like chariot energy, which is like forward momentum, but it's a 14, which breaks down to a 5, and a 5 is all about like conflict and overcoming adversity. It's like purification through fire. So this is earned, right? This forward momentum is earned, right? Now you get to move forward with all of your strength, all of your power, your abundance, your life force energy is going to be flipped in the upright. One more. Courage and love here. There may be a message coming in about love, a journey. We've got agreement, which is a contract. There may be a message coming in about a new journey, a new contract in love. But we've got courage here, which is giving the same thing as strength. Courage talks about having or like being brave enough to face those lower aspects of yourself, the aspects of yourself that like enabled you to be harvested, to be fooled, to be what am I trying to say here? The energies within you that made you susceptible to, or that make you susceptible to being harvested for your life force energy, right? It's like having the courage to face those aspects of yourself. And 13 is breaking down to a 4, so I'm getting like balance, order, stability, establishing order, right? This is also Libra. So it's like justice, bringing yourself justice, having the courage to bring yourself justice. This is like underworld work, and this is like outer world results, right? Now this is how you're seen. This is how the universe sees you, and this is all the energy. This is all the energy that you have to manifest and attract with, right? I hope you guys were able to see that. Okay. There's one more message here about like, it's like you were like suddenly put into a position where your emotional stability, your emotional foundation, your emotional harmony, your peace, it was challenged, right? You were just thrown into that experience. Maybe it like caught you by surprise, but you were able to navigate your way out of that experience using your wisdom, right? Your discernment. You were able to perceive and judge clearly within that experience and get yourself out of it, right? You were able to navigate out of it. Now you're on the other side of it. And on the other side of it, you are emerging with all of this strength, right? All of this power that comes from going through these experiences, right? It's like wisdom gained from experience. So on the other side of this, not only did you gain all of this personal power, right? Calling your power back from the experience or just holding on to it as you moved through this experience. So you have that. But not only that, your emotions have been purified, right? So you're emerging with this purified energy that can be used to create and manifest within the game. But not only that, your contracts, your higher level soul contracts are able to recognize you now. So you may be receiving a message about love. It doesn't have to be like romantic love. This could be like love from a community, right? It could be support. It could be like business, love for your business. It could be anything, right? But expect communication. 51 breaks down to a 6. So I'm getting like community. Community could also be like soul tribe. Maybe you are gaining access to your soul tribe. In order for you to gain access to your soul tribe, you have to, the key to gain access is a specific frequency, and that specific frequency is authenticity, right? Not not this. This is inorganic, right? This is something that was put upon you. So the key to gaining access to your soul family is authenticity. So I feel like you've done this. If you haven't done this, then you're doing this now. So just keep going. Don't stop. And I'm going to leave it there, you guys. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll see you on the next one.